Hello everybody. As I told you that we will talk something more about the application of trigonometry. Now this is one of the figure I have already drawn which shows that we are going to measure the distance of a star in the sky, and as I told you in the very beginning that astronomers had the main problem of measuring the distance of the star from the earth. So they started working, thinking, and ultimately trigonometry, the branch of mathematics, came forward to help them. Now, how it all happens, this is what I am trying to explain to you. Now, this is the sun, this is our earth in green. Two places of earth I have drawn. This is the path along which the earth is moving around the sun. Suppose this is in the month of January, the earth position is here, and in the month of July, just after 6 months, it will just come diametrically opposite to the position where it was in the month of Jan. It may not be where exactly a circle, it may be an elliptical path, but I have taken for convenience as a circle around which the earth is moving around the sun. Now there is a star, and this is in the sky, for which I want to know the distance from the earth, how far it is from the earth. So we will not be exactly getting the correct measurement, but very near to accurate we will get the measurement. How we do that? That in the month of January we will locate the star with respect to some background star. Suppose a background star, maybe two or three stars are here, and with respect to these three stars we have located the position of this star by the method of parallax. Parallax measurement. What is that? Simple way to explain to you what is parallax. If I put a finger in front of our two eyes and try to look at the finger with one eye, left eye, and then with the right eye, you'll find there is a difference of the position of this finger with respect to the background. And that difference in position is called the parallax. And that parallax measurement is done in order to find the distance of the star from the earth. We can discuss all this in different classes, but for the time being you accept that parallax method is used to measure the distance of the star from the earth. Now in the month of January I have located the star position with respect to the background using the same instrument, little more modified, by keeping it at the earth position and looking at the star and measuring this angle here with this pointer. I can measure the angle, no? So this angle, sometime it is coming from 90, 100, 110, 120. That means you can count it in this side also. So it is 10, 20, 30 or 35, whatever. So exact measurement of angles you can do. So this is the way we do. Now one more thing is observe, if your finger is closer to the eye, then the deviation is very big. The parallax is distance is too much with respect to the background. And if the distance increases away from this eye, you will find the parallax distance is getting closer. That means the angle gets very close. In the month of January, we observed it, and in the month of July also we will observe. And this gap is double the distance of the triangle which I have said. So now we will tell you what is the distance between the sun and earth. Sun and earth is separated by sun to earth. It is equal to a distance of 9.3 million miles. 9.3 million miles. It's a very big distance. And this 9.3 million miles, the astronomers started calling it as one astronomical unit. Astronomical unit. And in short, we used to call it as AU. So one AU is 9.3 million miles, and the parallax angles are measured in parsec. This parallax angles, as I told you, this is one part of the parallax angle, another part will come from here. So this both together is called the parallax angle, is measured in parsec, right? Degrees and minutes and second. These are the parts of a angle. Angles are measured in degrees, and degrees are divided into minutes. In sexagesimal it is 60 minutes, in centesimal it is 100 minutes. Then these each minute is divided into seconds, and those seconds are, as per sexagesimal it is 60, and for centesimal it comes to 100. So parsec is the inverse of second. 1 second, 1 arc second, 1 parsec is called 1 arc second. Correct. Now distance to star is 1 parsec, means it is 206 and 265 times the earth and sun distance. 1 parsec is equal to 206, 235 times 206 and 235. That means 206, 265 times 235 times, or rather 265, that is the correct thing. 265 times the earth distance in astronomical unit, right? So we can say this is so many AU. The closest star to the sun is Proxima Centauri. The closest star to the sun is called Proxima Centauri. So this session I will not use to go in more details of astronomical measurements and the theory part of it, but just to give you an idea that how trigonometry can even help to find this, and we can discuss some problems. Problems like, if a tree is broken down, right, and we don't know anything, we are simply knowing the angle of the top part of the tree which is touching the ground. Suppose this is the part touching the ground, and we know this angle is, suppose, theta. From here to here, this is the distance called x, and this distance is known as y. And the whole tree was made of this part also. You take it up, this was the whole tree. So we need to find the exact original height of the tree. The whole tree was x, y, and suppose this is z. The tree was equal to, this portion is z and this portion is y. So tree was equal to y plus z. So we need to find out all x, y, z. X we know. The distance on the ground we can measure, and this is known to us. Then we can say tan of theta. Tan theta is p over b, that is y over x. So the x is known, hence we can say that y is also known, x times tan theta. So y value I know. If x is known, theta is measured, we know the value of y. Similarly, to find z, we can take the cos ratio. So cos theta we can say is x over z, and as per the measurement of theta we can find the cosine theta value, and x is known, so z is equal to x over cos theta, or called as x of sec theta. So we know z value, we know y value, therefore total height of tree, total height of the tree is equal to y plus z, and y is nothing but x tan theta, and z is x cos sec theta. So now we know theta is known, x is known, so we can simply find out the total length of the tree. Likewise, we can calculate many more things with the help of trigonometry, and that is called height and distance. Thank you very much for watching.